Positions go, you had two projects due today. One was the four compositions of your propaganda posters. How'd they go? Did you have fun doing it? Was it torture?
A little bit. Not
A
too
little
bad.
bit of torture? Well, it's okay. And then you had your relative values due that I gave you a chance to redo. Let me share with you that I am going to grade them. The grades are going to be marked on Canvas. But from here on out, especially during break, if you want to screen capture, you want to go back at it and try it again, I'll be more than happy to continue helping you with that to determine how many you have wrong until the end of the semester. Okay, so if you're not satisfied with the grade and you just, damn it, need to get it right, you're welcome to keep. Now I will respond. I didn't respond over the weekend, as I said I wasn't going to, being true to my word, but I will respond now. If anybody after today starts posting screenshots of it, I will respond and will help you. Okay? Good? All right. So I am going to point out that I'm proud to say that my role in your life has been pivotal because I was the one who has taught you your colors. And I am right up there with that elementary school teacher that taught you your primary colors. I taught you your primary colors in RGB. And on that note, I want to share with you, I'm proud to say that today you're going to learn something new. You're going to learn how to count. And I'm going to teach you how to count today. So when you go home, you can say, Mama, the teacher that taught me my colors taught me how to count today too. Okay? All right. So, where do we start with counting? Where's my marker? Red marker, red marker. What the hell? No. Here it is. Okay. All right. So, RGB, and you're going to need notes for this because you're going to. RGB. How many possibilities do we have in RGB? In the slider, it goes from what to what?
0 to 25.
So how many colors do we have available to us on that slider?
255.
255, are you sure?
255 plus 3.
255 plus 3?
It says
That's
RGB.
interesting, but no. If I had time, I'd want to ask what you mean, but I think I'm going to ignore that. It's not 255.
765.
Sorry?
765.
Now you guys are going crazy. 256. Why? There are 256 colors.
Because
Why?
0 is the color.
Because 0. We got to count 0, right? Okay. So, and we know that when we write a number, when we describe a number, it would be like 145, 98, and 122, right? First number, it falls within the range of 256, or 256. And the first number is red, the second number is green, the third number is blue. We know this already, right? So, let me take a sidestep and talk about technology. And those of you who've taken a basic technology course understand that everything that the computer and the way it's structured is managed by a binary system, a binary code of ones and zeros. Do you know that? Okay, when they say the situation is binary, it's either one or the other. And so the computer, everything that we do, everything that we calculate, everything that we write, everything that we create in Illustrator gets reduced down to a combination of numbers dealing with ones and zeros. And so basically you have an off switch and an on switch. So it simplifies the language of how the computer is structured into binary code, okay? So keeping that in mind, how do we take a system like 256 colors and being able to reduce it down to its simplest language? And in doing that, what we do is we use what's called the base 16 system. And so every color, every number cannot be more than 2 digits. So when I describe a color for red, it has to be 2 digits, green 2 digits, blue 2 digits. Now, how do I describe when I have 3 digits and turn that into 2 digits, okay? That's what I'm going to show you, the structure of this counting system. So we're going to use the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're stopping at 9 because after 9 we have 10, and 10 is 2 digits, and I don't want to use 10, those 2 digits. So now what we're going to use is we're going to employ alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, and F. This gives me a total of 16 digits in my base 16 system. So, remember, every number is 2 digits, so this is how we count. We're going to start off our first accounting with 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, and then from there we're going to go 0A, 0B, 0C, 0E, 0F. That row of numbers represents in our world, the numbers 0 to 15, a total of 16 digits. We remember to count 0. Okay? You counting with me? So the next line we're going to count is going to be 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. I want you to take notice. I'm saying 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. I'm not saying 13, 14, 15, because those numbers don't exist in hexadecimal anymore. Okay? 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9, and now 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Oops, I left out a D. A, B, C, D, D, 0, E, 1E, 1F. That row of numbers represents 16 to 31. Okay? Do you understand that so far? So then, and notice, let me do one more row. So the next row, the third row, should be start off with what?
32.
Sorry?
It'll be 32, but it would be 2, 0.
2, 0. 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. And look at the beauty of this. 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. So it's a beautiful structure. You see that? Okay, let me continue counting. 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 9, 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E, 2F. That represents whole our numbers 32 to 47. Does that make sense? So, looking at hexadecimal, how old are you in hexadecimal?
32. Wait,
How old are you?
32.
32.
Like
How old are you how old are you for real?
20.
20. So,
Oh, yeah.
16 to 31,
25.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you're 1, 4. Got it? How old are you? Do you want to tell me?
1, 3.
Sorry?
1, 3.
1, 3? That's you there. How old are you?
1, 5.
1, 5. Do you get it? Didn't everybody find their age? Nobody wants to know my age because we'll have to go further down. Okay? Okay. So let's continue counting, and I'll tell you why we're going to do that. 47. Okay, so that should be 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3-4, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7, 3-8, 3-9, 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, 3E, 3F. That represents numbers 48 to 63, 16 digits. Let's count down this way now. Now notice the structure, 0, 10, 20, 30, we do 40, 50, 60, 70, or 70, take that back. It's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, A, O, B, O, C, O. I am, no, I'm right. D, O, E, O, F, O. Does that make sense? And then it goes on that way, that structure. So if the beginning is 0, 0, what should the very end number be?
FF.
FF. Okay. Forget I put aside what I'm teaching you right now. In RGB, how do you describe white in RGB? Don't look at, not in hexadecimal, but how do you describe white? 0, 0, 0, correct? But in hexadecimal, you would write white 0, 0, oops, 0, 0, 0, 0. First set of numbers R, second set of numbers G, third set of numbers B. 6 digits for RGB. And so in RGB, remember black was 255, 255, 255. What would black be in hexadecimal?
FF.
Black would be F, 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 F. Got it? So far, so good? Simple, right? Any questions? Sir?
So you don't use like the line through like the numbers with like the zeros and the F's like you would do the other one?
I'm sorry, can you answer
You
one?
don't put like the slash like.
No, you don't put a slash. There's 6 straight digits throughout. No slashes anymore. This number sequence is called hex, meaning 6, a decimal. 6 digits hexadecimal, which describes any color palette you have from 0 to 256, or 255. Sorry, 255. Where did you learn first apply hexadecimal to? Do you remember your very first project you did? And I said, do it in hexadecimal, right? And I said, I'm going to explain to you later what it is. When you did it, if you weren't familiar with it, it might have seemed like really out of sequence, kind of confusing numbers that didn't make sense. This is a structure on how they make sense, okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to investigate this further, because when you did tint and shade match, we noticed that there was by the way, when we did a tint and shade match, what we did was we noticed that there was a pattern in the numbers, correct? There was a sequence, there was a combination that was very structured in tinting and shading, correct? Right? Okay, so keep that in mind. I want to show you this. This is a chart that I have made that I use that describes the hexadecimal palette. Okay? Yeah. Okay? So, what I want to do is I want to do an investigative study. So, if we were to convert this number into hexadecimal numbers, we would locate 145 in real numbers, and then after count out what it is, identify the hexadecimal property for 145, 98, find it, identify it, and so you always have 6 digits for a hexadecimal number. Okay? Do you need me to do it? No? You sure? Okay. So, your homework is, may I erase this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have it on video in case anybody. Your homework is fairly simple. It is due this Wednesday before class, and you're going to use it for your spring break assignment. Is Adobe Illustrator. Artboard is 8 1/2 by 11 inches, and your palette is RGB. What I want you to do, here's 8 1/2 by 11. You're going to make 3 rows of swatches. Each swatch, there are 12 steps total. 12, 12, and 12, okay? The top color is a hue, The bottom color is a tint, a shade, and a tone. Okay? So this would be pure white, this would be pure black, this would be the relative gray of this color. Okay? You're going to tint a color, you're going to shade a color, and you're going to tone a color. Okay? So far so good? All right. Believe it or not, what you're going to do is against what I've always said, but I want you to do it. What I want you to do then is on top of the swatch, I want you to write the hexadecimal number right on top. And what we want to see is there a pattern, a structure to the hexadecimal numbers? Hex numbers on top of swatch. This is the only time you're going to do it. WATCH. Okay? Oh yeah, put your name up here. Okay? Now, earlier students asked me, does it have to be the same color? It doesn't have to be. You can make it different colors. Does it have to be different colors? If you want it to be. But my recommendation is make the colors simple so that we could it's just a, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so if you go on the color palette, just choose any color that's got, weird, you may have a problem. I don't know. Just see. We're doing a test. We're doing to see if there is a structure, a pattern in the numbers that are interchanged in hexadecimal. Okay? Questions? Yes, ma'am.
What name do you want to put on?
This is called hex numbers or hex counting. HEX. And you are going to use these color palettes for your next project. Now, most students will not do well in this if you don't follow instructions, you don't label your colors properly in hexadecimal, or you have the wrong tone. Now, some of you are still trying to get tones understood. So you may want to refer back to some of your earlier projects, or maybe the project you just did, to identify a tone pair that you know is correct, okay? And then have to identify that gray in hexadecimal. And then see if there's a pattern of the numbers. Okay? Are you thinking?
For the hue column, or for the tone column, we're starting off with a hue, and we're taking
And you're
it.
toning it. You're using its relative value. okay?
So it'll end up as a gray at the bottom, or is it just,
It would be a gray,
okay.
but it would be the gray that's its relative
Yeah.
value of that hue. Can't be any gray.
Yeah.
Anything else? David, you okay? You look perplexed. Come on.
So like the right side has to be gray, like tone.
This column has to be tints, this column has to be shade, this column has to be a tone palette.
So any color.
Any color. A color tinted, A color shaded, A color toned. That's simple. Sure.
Shades darker.
What are shades? Any color plus black. A tint is any color plus white. A tone, any color plus a gray. Its relative value. Yes, ma'am.
So shading, you don't want to set it up with white and black, you just want it.
That's right.
With a tint and shade of the color.
Yes, I want white here, color, and in 12 step white.
So you do want white and black on the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want you to, and obviously this one's gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0, sorry, white, yes, no, yes, no, it's gonna be, yes, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and this one, last one's gonna be FF, 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 correct? Correct? Okay, gosh, I get confused. See how counting can be so difficult? What else? Yes,
Do you want 3 different colors, or can we use
I'm gonna
one
leave it up
color?
to you. I leave it totally up to you. Any other questions?
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, student